Hi, I'm Matthew. This is my wife, Allison.
I think we're the third owners, and the house was built in the early 1980s. And we've had it for 2-3 years now.
Yep, almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. We were renting a house a block away when we first moved to Norfolk, and we liked the neighborhood a lot. So when we were looking to buy, we decided to stay around here. We like this open space here, and we like the little bit taller ceilings.
The hardwood floors throughout the house, just the overall flow, it just fit our family perfect.
We don't have a dedicated guest space because when we moved in, we changed one of the bedrooms upstairs from a bedroom to we added another bathroom and a laundry room on the second floor. Yep. So we lost a bedroom.
So anytime when family comes in or friends, our son gets the short end of the stick and he's on a couch. Lately, our biggest push is we're hosting an exchange student and from Spain. And part of a reciprocal program with the school, our daughter's going there in March, but we wanted to make sure we provide him with a nice space without my son losing his room for 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yep. So that's, we had a need in the house, and this just sped up our plans. And so we contacted Closet Factory and really put them to work to build a nice guest space.
A friend of ours told us about Closet Factory.
And a friend of ours moved into the area, and they're looking at maximizing some of the space in their house. They had Closet Factory out, and he was really impressed with Denise and her ideas. And so next day I got her contact information, set up a meeting, and it kind of took on, from there. We have a rec room on the second floor, which it's called a rec room. It's more of was just a gathering space of different odds and ends. And
I called it the WRECK rec room.
It did, it had a, entertainment stand, TV. When they had friends over, they'd clear some space out. They could watch movies and, had the different gaming centers set up.
Video games.
But we wanted something that provided the guest space that we needed, as well as it'd be multi-purpose. Can serve as a game room or rec room, a true rec room, and also provide the space that we need. And Denise came up with some fantastic ideas.
So the laundry room that we put in on the second floor is really small, and our laundry tends to spill out into the hallway. And we had one of those drying racks that we got at Costco, I think. And we like to hang dry a lot of clothing. And so I really wanted, there's this little nook outside of the laundry room, I really wanted something more permanent that we could cover up with a cabinet and then pull out when we needed it. And so I had an idea. I thought it would be like drawers that you pull out and it would have drying kind of in it. But Denise actually came up with an idea with cabinet doors that had this really great pull-out rack, and it looks really amazing and functions really well. I wanted solid wood, and Denise said that the cost of total solid wood would be really expensive, so she came up with a hybrid idea for us where and everything that's facing and everything that's the doors was solid wood, and then the stuff inside, the guts of the cabinets, I guess, are melamine, which is a product that she says is very strong, and they warranty it for the life of the cabinets. So I was comfortable with that. Saved a little money.
For something like this, we knew we weren't going to a box store, and to tell you the truth, we hit it off with Denise when we met her, and with the idea she had, all the pictures she showed us, and everything, everything just kind of clicked with us.
I like for things to be kind of seamless and flow. I don't like choppy, so we wanted the same color white like we have in our cabinets in the rest of the house. And then we decided on the brushed nickel finish for the pulls, and when we first walked in, to the Closet Factory, there's a little kiosk of all the pulls, and I found the ones like right away. I loved them, and of course they were the most expensive ones, so Denise tried to talk me into something a little less expensive, but ultimately we decided to splurge and go with what I liked.
From there, once we finalized design, everything got kicked off, and then I was put in touch with the schedulers, scheduled with Closet Factory. They kept me updated on the progress of our cabinets getting built, gave me a time window, and once they were out here, the installers headed up by Mike were fantastic. Anything that came up, Mike always came and got me and discussed the issue. Anytime he had an issue, he had a plan set out. He already knew what the solution was. A little bit of snag. Denise felt horrible about it, but it happens. When they went to install the crown molding above the Murphy bed, the crown molding was right in line with a ceiling duct for our HVAC unit, and so we just had a small delay. I had to bring someone in just to get that moved, and once they came back, you can't even tell anything happened.
I would recommend the Closet Factory. I really like the cabinets that they designed for us. I like that it was a custom process, and it was they were easy to work with too. Denise was always available and kept us informed, and they really just kind of gave us everything we wanted.
From Denise, from the install crew to the scheduling lady in the office, the communication was excellent. The work site, when they left every day, it was like I didn't even know they were there. I mean, they cleaned up everything, and so we had an incredible experience with Closet Factory.
And they had to work around the hurricane.
We had to deal with Florence coming through. Thankfully, we didn't get the brunt of the storm, which was initially anticipated, but they were on top of it as soon as the evacuation orders started to flow through Virginia. They were on the phone, working out a schedule, and
Mike still worked, even though he was supposed to be evacuating. He still stayed here and worked.
Every facet of Closet Factory we've been totally pleased with.
We're a fan.
And we're actually bringing them back. We've already discovered a few more projects. So you're going to be working with Denise on designing those out, and we've already demanded that Mike's on the install. But
I didn't know that part.
I've already demanded. So that's already set up. So, but yeah, they're going to be out here very shortly to work on phase 2.
I'm Denise House, and I'm a senior design consultant here at Closet Factory. I've been here, this is actually my second tour of duty. I started here and worked for 4.5 years, and then kind of did a little side thing and came back. I had an exterior design business for about 8 years. I did all exterior. If you think about Curb Appeal, the show on HG, I did a lot of that, where it was all hardscape, landscape, all that kind of thing. And so I've always just been in design. I had a hair business for about 17 years. I did hair, and just done all kinds of design in one way or another. And then found the Closet Company when I had moved back to Dallas. I did about 4 or 5 projects, exterior design, and it was a little bit daunting there because Dallas is so huge, and just all the vendors and different places I had to go. It was a little bit overwhelming there. So I found a closet company. It's not this one, but I found a closet company and I thought, ooh, I could so do that. It really appeals to my sense of order, yet it had a creative element to it. It's such a nice fit for me here at Closet Factory and this type of work. I just really enjoy building things and looking at a space and trying to figure out a way to make it interesting and functional at the same time, and that's really always my goal. As a little girl, I was always just interested in, I was always looking at magazines and, you know, and always thinking about color and thinking about, design, and I always had fun, like in my bedroom, I would always create kind of a neat space for myself, and wicker became the big thing, right, about that time. That was back in the 70s. And so I always worked. I worked most of my life, as early as I can remember. I just always liked to work. And so a good friend of mine, her father owned a restaurant, and so I worked there, and I always had a lot of money saved, and so I went to this store one day and they had all this wicker furniture and stuff. So I found this really neat paint color. It was kind of not mauve-y, but you know, remember when mauve was so popular, but it was darker and more of a mulberry sort of color, and I bought a ceiling fan and I did all this wicker stuff, and I created a day bed out of my bed, and you know, it was all kind of ivory, eyelet kind of stuff, but anyway, yeah, it was kind of a cute space. I think everybody has certainly a general direction or an aptitude or something that they're really interested in, and if you do something that you love, and you know, I just believe you can always create something from that. I wanted to work for the best, and I love what I do, and it's just great to, you know, to be able to work for Jeff and Tammy and the rest of the installers and such here. What we have here is a program, a CAD program, so it gives you a way to kind of illustrate if there is a client that comes in, or you go to their home and they have a definite idea and in their mind, and you can actually show them what their idea looks like, and you know, oftentimes that changes their mind a little bit. And you know, it's just anytime you're working with anyone, it's important to respect their ideas and their thoughts, and maybe they will have something that I didn't think of, and I think that's okay too. And it's a collaboration when you're working with people, and it starts out with, I always tell them, it starts out with math, and then it's art. And the beginning of it is you look at the space and you measure the space and you think about the function of it and you create the composition of it, and then the art of it is kind of their part of it. They, you know, what does it look like? Are you going to put raised panel doors on it? Are you going to put any trims, any of that kind of stuff? We have a lot of different materials and color options here at Closet Factory. We can really just create almost anything that we can think of. We have probably, gosh, you know, I've never counted them, maybe about 25 different textures and colors. They're all beautiful, and if they're put in, to me it's always about the application of them. Not everybody's house warrants a certain color or a certain texture, and we've gotten some new ones this last year that have a lot of kind of lines and things, and they're a little cooler. People are moving a little bit away from the old traditional brown furniture, if you will, that have maybe a lot of cherry or you know, any of those colors. We also have the option to do stained wood pieces and painted wood pieces. So we're pretty wide open here. What we offer here is really pretty vast, whatever your imagination and budget allows. It's fun to take from all different kinds of styles and just weave it all together with colors and tones and have fun with it. Imagining the world 75 years from now, somehow I'm getting something's saying unwinding in a weird way, like that the world will be greener again, or green, That's just the first thing that came to my mind. I was sort of seeing everything in reverse and seeing, because as things are happening now, and the fears of possible destruction, I think will maybe indicate that people will start thinking about the world a little bit differently. And I don't know, it just got real green for me. Hi, I'm Denise House, Senior Design Consultant with Closet Factory, and I'm here for the big reveal for Matt and Allison Tinfeld's home. They have a wonderful bonus space that we did a Murphy bed, a whole wall unit actually. It's a Murphy bed, there's some a desk that pulls out, some pull-out trays, just some wonderful storage for their home. So I'm so excited to see it. I haven't seen it quite yet, so complete, so I can't wait to go see it. So here I go. Well, you go on up first.
Okay.
I want to take a look at this laundry space that we did. Okay, oh, isn't this nice? It just fits perfectly in that space.
Yeah, it was dead space before, and now it's functional.
Right, you guys had your other drying rack up in this little area.
It was just that little portable rack. It was in the way a lot, and just...
Right, so now you have two separate drying racks that come out. That is just great. I bet you guys are using this a lot, huh?
Using it all the time with 2 teenage kids. I mean, we're doing laundry all the time.
Oh, right,
and
definitely.
So now we basically doubled our space, and we can also hide it. So
yeah, and it looks
works
like
out.
just a nice, neat little cabinet. Who knew that there would be drying racks behind here, right?
That was an excellent idea.
Yeah, and these, I know these hold about 60 pounds. I doubt you have 60 pounds of laundry, but at
No.
least you know they're good and solid. We put the backing in there so that it had something really to adhere to. And again, we did the same faces as we did in the Murphy bed area in the bonus room that has all your multi-purpose space. Yeah, this is just great. I love it.
So it's just extremely simple.
Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, and then the same material that's in the other space.
Yep.
So
it looks like it just flows.
It looks like it's been here forever and belongs here.
And obviously, an excellent location. We're right next to the laundry room, so any clothes we want to dry, we just bring them here. We're hanging them up, and then when they're dry, they go to who's ever closet. So it works out well.
Okay, Matt, I'm so excited to see this.
This turned out awesome.
Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. So, how's it worked out for you?
Beyond expectations, actually.
Really?
Oh, and, we had our exchange student here.
Oh,
He
that's
loved it.
right, your exchange student.
So,
where was he from?
Just outside of Madrid, so I just called Madrid.
Oh.
But he told us last night he didn't want to go home.
Oh, he didn't, because he loved the
they
space
flew
so
out today.
much. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at everything. So right here, this is a nice little hang space. It's done kind of a perpendicular than you normally hang. Let's see. And
Space-wise, it's got everything.
I remember all these games and things kind of all scattered all along the wall there, so that's neat. So I remember we did some pull-out trays so you could have a little nightstand, or your guests can have a little nightstand, and then we did the pop-up docking station.
That works out great. So any of our guests, we got them on both sides, so they can charge their phone or any type of device at night, when they're sleeping. But then when it's not in use, it just goes and
disappears,
it's hidden.
and it looks like a drawer. And then the rest of them are drawers for some good storage. Oh, and you also have the lighting too. So you just tap this little button right here, and you've got the lighting.
Yeah, it's got a built-in dimmer actually. That's when they installed it, and it worked out great. So it gets brighter. It's got both cavities. Right. And then what our exchange student loved, he read in bed at night, and so it's got the puck lights up and top. So he sat in bed, read, and so it just function-wise was
great.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's so great. It's so nice to have that. And in the evening when it's dark, it looks nice as well.
The other feature you added was outstanding, because obviously with a student here, we had this little workstation for him.
Oh, and that yeah, the little
And
fold desk. This
so-
is the first time I've actually seen this done. So,
As an exchange student, he had homework at night. And so either from his studies back in Spain, or there was certain activities the school here gave him. And so he had a place to work at night,
that is just
place to
great.
charge his phone, his computer and everything. And so
Yeah.
everything was right here
Just
for him.
perfect for him. And then of course the Murphy bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that extremely comfortable. It's queen size,
Yeah.
so it had plenty of room.
That is great. It looks so good. And then you have this like really serious gaming system over here.
That's my
so
son,
we built around it, and I remember you were getting the extra TVs for the whole thing.
So-
That's quite a
So
setup.
everything functions, and obviously we keep talking about storage, but that's obviously a big thing,
Yeah,
which
all
was
the games and
all of our movies and everything goes all the way along. And we've got now the entertainment center, the driving simulator, obviously the
Yeah.
living quarters. This really turns out to be a multi-purpose
it
room.
truly is multi-purpose. Desk, bed, hang space, and
Yep.
there's anher hanging space right here
So-
too, with some extra shelving.
Yep.
So these are neat. They pull out, so you can get to the back there.
Yep. So it was definitely put into use with our with the exchange students. So
Right,
he had everything
right.
hanging. It was he
Right.
used all the drawers.
And we were talking about how this particular one was built. We call it a hybrid, where the boxes, so to speak, are in our 3/4 inch industrial grade melamine, which is what we use most of the time. But then you all wanted to do the painted wood faces on here to just give it that extra beauty that it does, and it's beautiful. It just looks so rich and so well done, and your hardware selection was perfect, really perfect. So
Extremely tickled to death with how everything looks. It's
I'm
it's
so
a true
glad.
finished look, and so I think the hybrid was the way to go. It really worked out well.
I agree. So it is spectacular. You all did great in your selections here. So Mike, I know you had a great experience with Mike, and couldn't say enough good about the installers and how well they do everything.
So no, any type of issue that came up, Mike was on it, explained everything to me, and I can't even tell where all the issues were.
Like that issue?
Well,
That was Denise.
No.
Denise, you'd think after 1,000 years of design that I would catch everything, but thank goodness we were able to have that vent moved, and it worked out just perfectly.
That happens.
So,
I mean, that's just. But like I said, with Mike, he ended up getting me. We walked through it, and after just a really slight delay, we had it moved. Everything worked out. Came back, got the crown molding installed, and so really no issues with that. And
voila,
And the one also with the finish, we also love, but the overall layout. And as we explained to you when we first met, the challenges we had in wanting to get a full functional rec room, guest space, whatever, everything
Office.
fits perfectly. And even with the bed down, we still have room for a couch. So we, with the TV,
Right.
it's a fully functioning space,
Right.
and that really just everything worked out perfect.
Yeah, it is. It's just beautiful. I couldn't be happier with the outcome.
No, same
You
here.
too.
same
You
here.
get to enjoy it, so that's great. Okay. Well, that was another wonderful install. The Tinfeld space is just gorgeous. I couldn't be happier. They couldn't be happier. I'm looking so forward to working with them again. They have some other spaces that they're wanting to do, and I just can't wait to take good care of them again. And Closet Factory, we're just the best.